Welcome to the Hero Freedom Train Strategy Overview. Over the next few minutes, I will illustrate how anyone who is willing can apply this strategy to blockchain crowdfunding smart contracts such as Forsage and Lionshare to achieve financial freedom. This is not an overview on blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, or smart contracts, as there is already plenty available. This is simply an illustration of an approach you can take towards them. That being said, let's get started. If you know something about the blockchain, then you understand that once an algorithm is launched on it, it cannot be changed or manipulated. However, if you were to understand the algorithm itself, you can stimulate it and no one can stop or manipulate that. Let's explore the algorithm that Forsage operates on, which is similar to, if not the same as Lionshare's. So this strategy stimulates both systems. They have a two-tier compensation algorithm. The first tier, X3 in Forsage, or L1 in Lionshare, compensates you for the people that you directly introduce to the platform, stimulating it. There is a 3-person cycle where the first 2 people to stimulate the algorithm compensate you for the full amount of the contract, and the third is the equivalent of your re-entry to recycle the contract over and over again. The second tier, X4 in Forsage and L2 in Lionshare, compensates you for the people that your team introduces to the platform, stimulating it. There's a 6-person cycle where those same 2 people from your X3 or L1 can pay you back by introducing 2 more people on the platform themselves. You get 100% of person 1's 2 people contract, as well as one of second person's people. The other acts as your re-entry to repeat the process. Let's explore how they work together. When you introduce someone to the system, their entry is divided into 2 contracts, one on tier 1 and the other on tier 2. One pays you 100% of the contract, that's tier 1, and tier 2 does not. It pays 100% to the person above you. Now this same thing happened when you joined the community. The person who invited you got half of your entry and their inviter got the other half. So tier 1 is for you and tier 2 is for us all. If you were to keep this pattern going, the second person right here, you would get 100% again on tier 1, but once again, not on tier 2. And then the third person will go up on both tier 1 and tier 2, X3 and X4. So they're both gonna go up. Now what happens is then you're gonna earn an upgrade. You have 2 contracts, right? And you're ready to duplicate and have your team duplicate until all the contracts are acquired. Essentially, you need 3 people to complete each contract behind you, and they need 3 people behind them, and so on and so forth. It's a 3x3 matrix algorithm. This means that you're going to want to commit yourself to sharing this opportunity with 3 serious people and encourage them to do the same. Many leaders will advise you to hit the ground running. They will suggest that you acquire as many contracts as you can up front, right? And they will suggest you do the same to as many people as you come across as fast as possible. And I am no different. I strongly urge anyone who is serious about their family's future to move now, jump as high as you can, and pass the torch to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. Now, if you do not have much cash on hand to exchange for the Ethereum to acquire multiple contracts up front, or you feel like you don't know enough people to stimulate the system to see the profits that you would like, this strategy is for you. Here's what you need to understand. Each time that you introduce someone to the system, you do it by using your affiliate link, and they stimulate your first contract or level of payment. So you introduce your affiliate link to someone. Each time you're tapping into the first level of payment or the first contract, okay? Each time. Now, you can share your link countless times and get paid countless times on your first level of pay. And you can take these contracts, right? As you continue to get paid, you can take the contracts and acquire more contracts and keep going until you've acquired them all, okay? But here's what most people miss. In order to activate or stimulate payments on the other contracts, right? Or levels 2 and beyond, the people that you share the opportunity with must then share it with others and so forth, right? So you share it with them, they share it with them, and they share it with them, and each time you're going to a higher level of payment that someone can stimulate, okay? But there's two questions, okay? One, do you want to leave it up to the next person to accomplish your goals, right? And second, number two, is not your goal to tap into the highest level of payment, right? You want to get all the way here to the level 12s where they pay more and you want them to get stimulated. So let's not forget that these smart contracts are open source. This means that once someone is in a system, anyone can see their back office, which has their affiliate link posted, okay? As a leader, nothing is stopping you from taking their link and using it for your next introduction. This guarantees that you access the next level of payment, whether the two of you move at the same pace or not. Now, if you keep this train going, connecting the next person to the last person, and the same, right? This freedom train strategy with each person, let me show you what can happen. So, in effect, number one is you. So what you want to do is you want to come into the community, and you have people that you're directly responsible for, right? Your children, your mom, wife, husband, dad, something like that, right? So what you want to do is place them, let's say you got two. So you're going to put one person underneath you as normal. But instead of putting the next person under you, you're going to put the next person underneath them. Okay? When you put the first person under you, you're going to get paid in that X3 we was talking about. And whoever or someone above you is going to get paid in that X4 that we were talking about. But when you put the first person under them, now that's the second person under you reaching another level, that's going to automatically pay that first person in X3, and it's going to pay you in X4. Okay? Now, what you want to do after you put you and your family structure in, you want to pass it on to what? The next head of a household. So let's say the number 4 is someone just like you who has responsibilities just like you do, and they want to make sure them and their family is protected. So they're going to do what you did. They're going to put themselves in on your train and then start to build their own by putting their family in and linking the next one on and so on and so forth. That within itself is going to create a chain, okay? Now, when you share it with that person and then they share it with other people, everybody that they shared it with is going to come back to you and up to the people on your train, all right? And that's going to keep going off to the side and the side and the side. And each person that they introduce this to has the opportunity to introduce to other people and follow this same strategy. And it's all going to come back up, okay? Everybody down gets fed. The money must go through like a current. It's currency, people. You must make it move, okay? So once you do that, you take your time. You're only dealing with one person at a time. You're not dealing with 3 people who's trying to get 3 people and 3 people. You'll go crazy, all right? You're dealing with one person at a time. You're showing them how to go ahead and put them family in the mix and then deal with one person at a time who has a family. After that, you see this number 5? What's that? That's going to be another head of a household. Once you got this one straight and they understand what they're doing and they're helping other people understand the strategy and keep it moving, then you're going to do it again, all right? One person at a time. You want to collect the head of household to your train, and you want to let them start their own train and connect heads of households to those. All right, people, it's all going to come by. And as you've seen within this first First 3 people right here, once one person gets in, you're gonna get paid 2 levels up. And as the upgrades continue, you wanna upgrade in X4, then X3, X4, then X3, or L2, then L1, L2, then L1. And if people follow the strategy behind you, as soon as you upgrade, there should be somebody upgrading shortly behind you. You're gonna stimulate the contract 2 times to go to the next contract, and everybody's following behind you and everybody's following behind them. Okay, so in essence, yes, this is almost the same as what you were doing. Instead of building out and leaving it up for someone to build down, you're now building down and leaving it up to them to build out. You're guaranteeing that you're digging to deep enough levels to get the money that you're trying to get, to stimulate the contracts that you're trying to stimulate, and at the same time you're giving people the same opportunity. And if they take the opportunity and run with it as you do, then it'll all come up. Now, before I finish, I want to go ahead and show you real life. As you guys know, Lion's Share came out, about a week ago? And I'm always on the road, me and my team, always on the road. So no, I'm not gonna show you my account, but I am gonna show you 2 different accounts because I want you to see how things work out with this strategy. So I'm gonna go to log in here. The first person's account that we wanna look at is going to be 13761. Okay, and we're going to view this account. And once again, I remind you that what you see on this account is a reflection of less than a week, I want to say. This would not be the right time to have connection issues. Let's try this again. 13761. Submit. Oh, well, here it is. I guess this is going to be video number 1. I'm going to get these connection issues together, and then I'm come back and I'm going to continue. I'm going to show you another video. Ultimately, what I want to show you is what happens if someone is on your train, right? And they decide not to build a train of their own. It does not stop anything. It does not affect you. They have already tapped into the contracts by coming into the system. So yes, they're going to stimulate those contacts whether or not they move because they were smart enough to get on your train, and they're going to get paid. That's okay. If they do not stimulate other contracts, then they simply won't get paid off of those. So they will not stop anybody's flow, anybody's money, anybody's movement. And the other thing that I'm going to show you is what happens when someone actually does duplicate while you're building your train and they build their train. Okay, so look out for the next video. I'm going to show you some numbers. And that's pretty much it for now. If there's any questions, get back with the person that shared this video with you, and they'll get your questions answered and all of that. Until then, one love, people.